Aloha, Boozketeers, and welcome back. Welcome back to Cocktales with Tiki King. After our long hiatus, we were off getting ourselves on the mend for quite a while here. It's been a long time gone, but glad to be back. And we are back, and we're here coming to you live tonight, live from Chad's Surf and Tiki Shack, secret hideaway high in the hills above San Diego. And wow, whew, here we are. It's great to be back. I missed you all terribly. It's been a rough time. But yeah, and so one of the things is producer Maggie is now on the mend. She's doing very, very well. She's getting her last scan, I believe, next week, and hopefully it will show absolutely nothing. That's our wishes. We hope to learn nothing from that scan. But yeah, we're back. Here we are, and here you are. Hopefully you're here. If you're not here, then you should be on YouTube. If you're currently watching this on Facebook, then you should click the link below in the comments and go over to YouTube, because that's actually where producer Maggie is hanging out currently. And if you want to be able to comment and get a response possibly, go over there. And also, you'll want to go to YouTube and click the like, subscribe, and notification button, because this is Tiki Oasis week. We start Tiki Oasis tomorrow, and we're going to be periodically going live over the next 5 days. And yeah, you'll want to know about that, so you can tune in, turn on, and drop out. We had a great time last year doing that. We had some great surprise guests in the live streams, and yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully you will have fun vicariously, vigorously and vicariously. So there you go. But so hey, what would Cocktales with Tiki King be without a cocktail? So I'm going to get into that. I'm not mixing one up, because like I said, we're here at Chad Surf Shack, and while he does serve up mean Mai Tai, I decided to go with this because I saw it and went, hey, I have not had that. Which this is On the Rocks, the Aviation. And this company, On the Rocks, I've had, we did one show where we had their old fashions, I believe, at Boozketeer Amy's house, and those were fantastic. And she gifted me a bottle of the Manhattan, which was also fantastic. And I saw this today, the Aviation, like I said, and thought I'd give it a try. So I know nothing about it, but it does say it's a little uncouth. It's a little unconventional in that it's called On the Rocks, and they suggest pouring it over ice. Normally, a Aviation would be shaken with ice and strained. But tonight we're just gonna go all, just pour it over a glass of ice. And this clocks in at 40 proof, so that's decent. The old fashioned that I had and the Manhattan that I had were both pretty potent drinks. So is that bottle in the way? Can you see me on the Facebook one? Like, is it obscuring my grizzled? This is the bottle obscuring.
No,
things?
it's
okay.
fine. I just said it was a little quiet.
A little quiet.
That's because we don't have our microphone.
Yeah, we don't have our microphone. It might be hidden away in one of my bags, but I didn't have
to move this.
Yeah, I didn't have time to dig for it. We were to get right where the show started here, so I realized that might be a thing. But we thought we were close enough that you'd be able to hear us.
Is that any louder? I
don't know.
It's okay.
Turn up your volume. Put it through your external speakers and crank it up. Annoy the neighbors. That's good. Tastes like an Aviation. Nice balance, sweet, sour, ginny. As it should be. Because, what is an Aviation, you might ask? Well, if you've been watching the show from the beginning, you'd know, because we did it in one of the shows. I don't remember which one. But an Aviation is gin and I believe creme de violet and lemon juice, basically. So it's got a little. Some people they go, oh, it tastes like perfume, but no, it's lavender, which it isn't. It's violet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking crap again. It's cream. It's got to be violet because it's cream to violet. But violet and lavender sometimes can be, can fool the palate. Is a word. That's why I don't stack my booze on pallets anymore because it fools them. But oh, I forgot to bring out the thing. So speaking of cocktails, we found ourselves today at the Valley High here in San Diego, lovely Shelter Island. If you've never been to the Valley High, well, next time you're in San Diego, you should go there because. No, it's in a box on the table there.
There's no box on the table. Oh.
No?
No? Just keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, producer Maggie is off searching for the box, for the secret box. The box with the pox, with locks. Bagels and locks. Had that this morning. No, we didn't. It was turkey, which I don't know what do you call, salmon is, locks is smoked salmon, and turkey, smoked turkey. I don't know what you call that. Turkey pox? Don't ask me. Don't ask me these things because I don't know. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, so we found ourselves at the Valley High enjoying a lovely poo-poo platter, and we had ourselves some lovely cocktails. And one of the things they make at the Valley High there is what they claim is the world's most potent Mai Tai. And I will say I have not had a stronger one. I don't know if it's the most potent, but I do know that it has a. There was one time when I drank 3 of them in fairly quick succession, and you're only supposed to drink 2. It's on their menu, it's 2 per customer. But I didn't pay for the last one, so technically I wasn't a customer. So I had 3 in fairly quick succession, and I felt the effect. Boy, howdy. But anyway, so their Mai Tai, one of their claims with the Mai Tai is no juice, no juices. Somehow I ended up with a menu. Let's see here. There it is, world famous Valley High Mai Tai, 2 million sold, no juice added. Cruisin' aged light rum, Curuba Jamaican dark rum, a dash of Trader Vic's orgeat syrup, dash of triple sec, and a splash of sweet and sour. And I do have to say that the dash, and splash amounted to hardly a pinch. It was pretty much sweet rum, which I'm all for it. I'm sick of it sometimes. But anyway, so we were there, and I got this. I got this here because I'm kind of a goof. I got the Goof on the Roof mug, which my lovely Mai Tai came in. Normally it comes with the Goof punch, but I wanted the Mai Tai, so I got the Goof. It's the Goof on the Roof. Look at that. Oh, and it's still. Oh, nice. They actually gave me the one I drank out of. That's rare. Usually when I say I want a tiki mug in a bar, they'll go and get one like from stock. And I always like to actually have. I like to have the one that I drank from. And surprisingly, they actually gave me the one I drank from. Amazing. But anyway, yeah, so Tiki Mug. Very happy about that. That's coming with me this weekend to Tiki Oasis, where I'm sure I'll have a cocktail or 2 out of that. But anyway, yeah. So how are you guys doing, by the way? How are you guys doing over there on Facebook, where you should be going over to YouTube? Which there's a link in the comments. You can click that link, go over to YouTube, because then you can say rude things and get an answer, maybe. That's pretty good. Want to try it?
No.
Like I said, we're here at Chad's Surf Shack, and sorry, I was
Sorry.
it's okay.
Don't mind me.
I was distracted for a moment. So anyway, so this all ties together because one of the things, Tiki Mugs, right? I started collecting Tiki Mugs long ago, and then I also started having luau's. My first luau was in 1994. Like these big big party luau things, backyard luau's. And the first one was 94, and then in 95, I served all the drinks in tiki mugs that I had gotten at the time from like thrift stores and such, all vintage mugs. And I remember thinking, man, wouldn't it be super cool to like actually have my own, to like at the next luau, like have drinks, have like our own custom mugs. And so I thought, why not? So then over the next year, I reacquainted myself with ceramics. I did ceramics throughout high school and stuff, so I knew the basics, but I didn't have a kiln or anything like that. But I did know a little bit about how the whole ceramics process worked. So I made I sculpted a tiki mug. Actually, I sculpted 2 tiki mugs, and made molds of them and slip cast them, and I made mugs for all the guests for Luau '96, and that was the first mugs that I ever made. And there's some of them are still out there. I know I've got some. I know Otto von Stroheim, who puts on Tiki Oasis. Him and Baby Doe, they have a set of these the '96 Tiki mugs. But that started me on a long, strange journey. And I picked up a couple of strange passengers along the way. And one of them was our good friend Chad, whose home we are now infecting with our madness. But one of the things, he started coming to the luau's and he would buy pretty much whatever design I made. And so when we came up here, he started pulling stuff out. He's like, hey, look at this one, look at this. So he has a fairly impressive collection of Tiki King mugs. I don't know. Otto might have all of them. I don't know, but yeah, he is definitely the largest collection I have seen of the ones that I've made. So here's one. This is so this was the first design. The first ones though were not. The first ones were brown, not green. This was the second edition in 1999. But this mug was first sculpted in 1996. You just barely see down here this little tiny thing of the copyright 1996. So, yeah. So there was this mug, and this was also one of the other ones. This was this was not the 96 mug. The 96 mug was a different glaze. This one was, I can't remember when this one was produced. It was probably produced, I'm gonna guess by the glaze that this was probably 99. I honestly don't remember. I did so many glaze variations on different things, but there we go. 1999 mug. What do you think about that? And then the next one, let's see here. Then came the coconut. There we go. Coconut mug. TK on the back. This particular one, this came from Luau 99. It says on the bottom, there's Tiki King Luau 99. So there's that one. And here's another one. Here's the glaze variation. A little lighter color, a little darker, more contrast on the TK there. But another coconut mug. And then let's see here. I have my list of what was made when of these theoretically. Next would have been Actually, no, this one came first, but this is a glaze variation. This was the shrunken head mug, which was first made in 1998. This particular one, not dated, but again, based on the coloration, I'm going to say 99 or later. But yeah, shrunken head mug. Ooh and ah, as they say. And then, let's see, then came this one, which once again, this was another glaze variation. Originally, it was in white with a black wash and had the maroon fez, the fez wearing tiki. Look at that. Luau 1990. This one says Luau 98 also, because that was the first when this design was done. I don't know if this color variation was then, but once again, look at that. Very nice.
Thanks, Molly. I'm not responding in Facebook because I'm over on YouTube, but
Oh, and then
Thank you.
the next one.
Oh, wait.
Oh, are you showing it off?
I am.
Oh, okay. Then this next one, this one was this was actually one of the most popular mugs, I think. Well, at the time it was most popular. It was a people were very excited about this one. It's a carved coconut monkey. Look at that, and you can see the coconut holes in the back of the monkey head there. But yeah, this one I actually sculpted using an actual carved coconut monkey as the model for that, and the eyes on it were black tacks, and the teeth were seashells. So I tried to replicate that look. I don't know if I did a good job, but the monkey head. And again, that one, that was 1999 when that first debuted. Then 2000 was the mermaid. That's when the mermaid appeared. Look at that. She's hugging. She's got a little hug going on a moai there. There's her tail around the back. Yeah. So the mermaid mug. That was the year 2000 was when that one came out. Then 2001 was this next one, which was the biggest of the mugs that I made. And what I was going for is I was trying to replicate the look of the old like Harvey's mugs that were sort of all primary colors. But it's there's a hula girl playing the ukulele in front of a volcano, and around the back there's some palm trees and tikis, and she's got a little tiki there. And strangely enough, what do you know about that?
Hold it up higher for this.
Oh,
this camera didn't see you. Do you want to show this?
Oh,
camera?
I have to stand up.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Then, no, I keep thinking you're handing those to me.
no.
Then, next thing. Where was that one? Oh no, that was all. This was see, I'm all mixed up in my dates. This one was actually extremely popular as well because it's a tiki torch, right? And the lid, there's the lid, has a straw hole in it, but it also has a recess in the top where you could put a sugar cube and 151 and light it on fire, so that it would actually be a flaming tiki torch. That would be, yeah, the lid.
I'm not showing that one because that one is the same
Oh, okay.
on all sides.
Yeah, it's you have to really show around it. And then he also has, this was the last tiki mug I produced, which it's not the last ever, but it's the last so far. This one was 2013, and it's the skull mouth tiki mug, which is also a necklace, which I still make to this day. And I still have the mold for this one, so I'm gonna, if all goes well, I'm gonna start reproducing this mug, and yeah.
Yeah.
And when I do, you'll know, because I'll tell you. I'll make some sort of announcement. But anyway, there you go. So there's a short history of the tiki mugs from the Tiki King luau. And it wasn't just the luau that I made tiki drinking vessels, because here's one. This was actually, I made this one for Chad's wedding. And you can see it's etched with bamboo lettering that says Chad, or maybe you can't, I don't know if you can see that or not. But it was the champagne glass, and the base is a tiki standing on a seashell. So producer Maggie's gonna hold that up closer so you can see the details. But also I made similar ones for Otto's wedding and for Chad's wedding. Those are, I think, those are the only two wedding ones that I did. But the etched glasses have also made an appearance from time to time at Tiki Oasis. And why? Why do you say why? Are you asking me why? Are you?
Why?
Well, I'm surprised you asked. So one of the things that also happened at the Luau was there was several contests. There was, you know, the best dressed contest and the barbecue pig contest. The barbecue pig contest was popular, and I don't know why, because it was terrible. It was a terrible thing. Basically, what you had to do was reach your hand into a big pot of hot barbecue sauce, and find the pig. There was a little plastic pig, and what we'd do is we'd throw it into the barbecue sauce, and then you had, I think it was 3 seconds to reach in and pull out the pig. But what we'd do is we'd throw in the pig, and then we'd dump in dinosaurs and farm animals and all sorts of other things into the barbecue sauce. So you'd have to reach in there and reach around and hopefully find the pig. And if you did, then you won. I think at the time it was a Tiki King gift package of, you know, a bunch of necklaces or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but yeah. So we also had the limbo contest. So what we would do for the limbo contest and for the best dressed is I made trophies every year, and they ranged from all sorts of different things. They were from fairly simple to fairly extravagant. Here is one. This is another thing Chad brought out when he won the limbo contest in Luau in 1999, and it's the most bent award. And it's as you can see, it's a spine that's bent over backwards there on the plaque. It says most bent, Tiki King Luau 99. And you find ukulele that I was playing here, which you can see has a tiki carved and painted in the front and on the back. Yeah, best costume, Tiki King Luau 2000. So this was one of the awards. But I also
and was that the first one?
This actually, yeah, I believe was the first time I carved a tiki into a ukulele. Was, I believe, this very ukulele. So this is a piece of Tiki King history as well. So it's proudly displayed here in the Tiki Surf Shack, which is fun. But I would at the time I would go to like Goodwill and buy trophies, like actual, like, you know, there's always trophies at Goodwill for some reason. I don't know who gives them away. People don't care they won, I guess. So I'd get like there was one, I remember one year that it was I don't remember what it was for, but I would take the plaques off and put my own plaques on them, saying, you know, best dressed or whatever. But like one year there was one that was an angel, and she was holding up like a torch and a wreath, and I took those out and I replaced it with, so she was holding up a tiki mug and a skull. There was another one that was a bowling trophy, and I painted the guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt and actually turned the bowling ball into a skull. You know, I like skulls. What can I say? It's a good thing. And then there were some trophies where I actually just built them from scratch. But, so what does that lead to? So now let's jump forward several years. Tiki Oasis, Otto von Stroheim, who him and his lovely wife Baby Doe run that shindig, and he asked, that would have been, so that was 2007, which seems so recent, but that was a long time ago. 2007, he said, hey, you know, when you used to make all those trophies for your luau? And I said, yeah. And he said, hey, can you make some trophies for Tiki Oasis? And I was like, well, sure, you know. And so, you know, I went out to the workshop and I made a bunch of trophies. And I was like, I said, is it okay to use artwork off the website? He's like, oh, absolutely. So ever since 2007, I've been making the trophies for Tiki Oasis for all the various categories of things. And you can see those actually on my website. If you go to the art section, there's a link that says Tiki Oasis trophies, I believe. But yeah, so I've been doing them since 1997, and the first ones were fairly small, and they've gotten to the ones that are going out this weekend. The awards that are being presented are 26 inches tall. They're like this big. They're enormous, and I spend a good deal of my time designing and building these trophies, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a challenge. This time was a little more of a challenge because I had at one of the Wicked Tinkers gigs, I did something to my neck and I was laid up for a couple of days, so I lost a few days of work. And so it was kind of a mad dash to get the trophies finished, but they are finished and they'll be handed out next weekend. But these ones had, I mean, like I said, some of them are fairly elaborate. These ones have some of the, like upright poles are they look like bamboo, but they're actually carved wood. So I hand carve all that stuff. There's I figure, the old trophy thing, the loving cup. A lot of times they used to actually they would give you a big cup, like the Stanley Cup, right, in hockey, so I've tried to, when at all possible, I've tried to incorporate some sort of drinking vessel into the trophies that I make every year. In fact, the one that I showed there that was the Chad's wedding champagne flute wedding glass. The year that I think it was the theme was beatniks. I actually made a wine glass was part of the trophy that had a tiki stem on it. I had one of the most popular ones I actually had was the year the theme was surf, and the trophy was actually a surfboard about this big, and standing in front of it was King Ukulele in tiki mug form, and that was I've had lots of requests to market that one, but I haven't. To this day, as far as I know, the only people who have them is King Ukulele has one because I gave him one. There was a silent auction for one, and then the rest went to the awards. So who knows? Once again, if I have that mold, I don't know if I still have that mold, but if I do, I might whip out a few King Ukulele mugs in the future.
Do another one if you can't find it. It seems like that would be a good mug.
I thought it was, but anyway, yeah. So that's all that madness all started of the whole Tiki Oasis trophy thing. So yeah, so now I like I said, been making the trophies. One of the big ones is for Tiki Oasis, Miss or Mister or Mix Tiki Oasis. I'm not sure what it's going to be because it could be Miss or Mister. Who knows? Or mix, depending. There are no gender restrictions on who can be the official ambassador for Tiki Oasis. I was in the running last year, but I didn't win. So you would have known if I won. I'd have cried and thanked everybody. But I didn't get Miss Tiki Oasis, but I was honorarily crowned Miss Arizona at the Williams Games. There's pictures if they're floating around out there. There's a picture of me wearing actually I think being presented with the tiara.
Yeah.
So I was honorary Miss Arizona Colleen. So Colleen is Celtic for woman, I guess, or girl. Actually, I guess it's girl. Huh? I am woman. Hear me drink. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, the Tiki. So another thing, every year at Tiki Oasis they have a new Tiki mug. We're excited about this one. It was Ikem Bukum. That is a word. Ikem Bukum. He's a Tiki mug manufacturer. Fantastic designs. I mean, super complicated stuff that they do. But they're pretty cool. This year's is a somewhat, I believe it's a Marquesian design of a tiki wearing a straw hat and playing a drum, because the theme this year is Trip to the Tropics, which has been somewhat translated as Caribbean. So straw hat, but it's kind of cool. So the tiki playing a drum, and the drum is actually a shot glass. So you can have your drink and your shot too. So you can fill it with beer. Boilermaker tiki. But anyway, yeah. So unfortunately, Chad had to work tonight, so he had to leave today, and was silly enough to leave us in charge of his house. So
And his two chinchillas.
and his two chinchillas. What was it? It's Dusty and Dirty.
Bean.
Bean. Chili and Bean.
Chili,
Chili and Bean, the chinchillas.
Chili bean.
Yeah. Bean. Which we found out something I didn't know. You can't bathe a chinchilla, and I found out the hard way. No, no. Apparently they take dust baths. I don't know what that's all about. Apparently they live somewhere where there's dusty volcanic soil, and the way they get all the oils off of their fur is they roll around in the dust, and they dig it. I'll tell you, I saw them get the dust bath today. I've never seen a more contented looking animal. I gotta say, he put them in there in their dust bin. They literally have a dust bin outside, and he put them in there. And the one that they were like flipping around and stuff, and they were like going all crazy, and then they just stopped, and their eyes slowly closed, and then they just were still for the longest time. It was an amazing thing. But see, I would have named them Coat and Stall myself, but you know, that's just me. Anyway, so what else is going on? Well, like I said, Tiki Oasis. This starting tomorrow, Wednesday. The big meet and greet is tomorrow.
Explain what Tiki Oasis is for people who don't know.
Explain what Tiki Oasis is for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Tiki Oasis started. Well, it's hard to say. It started before, but the first, I believe, official Tiki Oasis was 2000, and it was actually called. It was part of another festival, sort of, but it was. Advertised as Seek the Oasis, and it used to take place in Palm Springs at the Caliente Tropics, and which now there's still the Caliente Tropics is still in existence. It's still going on out there. There's a hotel. There's a fabulous tiki bar called the Reef. Our good friend Rory, he runs that place, and he actually just opened another bar there on site that's called the Le Fern Bar, which it's all the ads for it I've seen were like a Love Boat theme, but. Anyway, so it was at Caliente Tropics. The first mention of Oasis was in the advertising that said "Seek the Oasis, Caliente Tropics," and then I believe the next one they called it. I don't know if it was Tiki Oasis or just Oasis, but then after that it became known as Tiki Oasis, and it was like I said, it was in Palm Springs. In 2006, it moved to San Diego, at the time it was the Hanalei Hotel, which is now the Crown Plaza. But the Hanalei Hotel is it was a fabulous tiki themed hotel. And at one time they had this great tiki bar called the Islands, and it had, the walls were made of lava rocks and clam shells with fountains, and there was rivers and bridges that you had to go over, and it was just this lovely thing. And it went through several remodels, and now I guess it's closed. But it's now moved just down the street to the Town and Country, which is a fabulous mid-century hotel, and that's where it's going to be this week. But what is it? I told you where it came from, but what is it? It's like a science fiction movie. Well, we know where it came from, but what is it? What it is thousands of tiki fanatics get together for about a week, and there's lots of entertainment and cocktails. And there's contests and more cocktails and food and cocktails and dance and cocktails and burlesque and cocktails and the marketplace. Oh, what? Yeah, the marketplace. And that's what I'm going to be doing Friday night, Saturday day, and Sunday day is I will be manning the Tiki King booth there at the marketplace, which is open to the public for free. That's right. Come on down to the Town and Country Inn. And the marketplace for Tiki Oasis is open to the public for free from, I think it's 10 to 4, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, and there will be one of the largest collections of tiki vending people selling everything you can imagine tiki-wise there in the marketplace. And it's indoor, and I believe it's air-conditioned. And there will also be, last year there was a Trader Vic's booth that were dishing out cocktails. And there will be, I believe, food trucks on site. And it's a shindig on its own. It's a shindig on its own. It's a lot of fun. There'll be, you can go down there. You can wear your most fabulous Hawaiian shirts,
And you will be.
mix and mingle. What's that?
So there's a question from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Molly wants to know if you're going to ever get a sleeve.
A sleeve?
Yeah.
No. Well, I don't know. I might end up with one. But my goal was never to have a sleeve. My goal is I get an idea comes to me, I get it tattooed. Last weekend I got this Ralph Steadman, Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing illustration, which is a bat-winged cow skull smoking a cigarette with the sunglasses and the bucket hat and a little tiny, I believe that's Ralph riding on the top of the head there with his brains exploding out the side. Yeah. And then I got this one. But if they all meet in the middle, then I'll have a sleeve apparently. But I never went into getting tattoos with the intent of covering anything in particular. But it might end up that way. Turk just got a sleeve, and he did it all in one setting, which was terrible. It was a terrible, beautiful thing to behold. He was like rolling about like a manatee, screaming. You kept having to dose him with rum, but he muddled through, and so now he has a. I don't remember which arm. One of his arms. This arm, yeah, has the Nautilus submarine and has a Kraken and a diving girl and all kinds of stuff. And so it's all kinds of madness going on. And he also got the some on the other arm. He got the Ghost Pirate, which was some concept art by Mark Davis for the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, which is what this one is. This is the Phantom Drummer of Tedworth. So.
Speaking of Disneyland, you could probably talk about your
right,
Mary's World.
Right. Big excitement around here. So if you do come to the Tiki Oasis Marketplace, you will get first grabs at, aside from some lovely other items. Let's time travel back to around November, I believe it was, where I made some purses for Wild About Mary Blair, which was a booth at Dapper Day at Disneyland, and they were and are Small World Mary Blair art, Small World themed. It's basically geometric patterns that you would find like on the Small World facade at Disneyland, and it's all sorts of. Mary really liked the geometric patterns, so I made these purses, and Wild About Mary Blair found them online actually, and contacted me and said, "Hey, can we work out a deal and sell these in our booth?" And I said, "Well, sure." And then they said, "Well, we just got to run this past the Mary Blair Foundation." I was like, or estate, sorry, the Mary Blair Estate, which was I was like, what? So they did. And the Mary Blair Estate said, yes. So we went full steam ahead with purses, and we did a few different designs. We did the Small World theme. We did the commuter theme for those of you who are familiar with Mary. And then we did this last time. We did
Girl.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Umbrella Girl.
Umbrella Girl. That's right. Yeah, and then Umbrella Girl. And then we also did some Alice in Wonderland. Or no, Sleeping Beauty and Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. We did an Alice in the Wonderland that was
Cinderella.
Cinderella, right, not Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland. Purses for her. But, so one of the things with the purses is that they're, on the inside, they're fully lined with, and padded on the inside, so that, because they're wooden boxes that I build the wooden boxes and, paint them. And when you open them up, there's gussets on both sides, so your stuff doesn't fall out. But the fabric that I use on the inside, I designed myself, so it was the geometric patterns. And when I sent her the last batch of purses, she was like, "Oh my God, where did you find this fabric?" And I said, "Well, I made it. I had it made. I didn't make the fabric, but I designed it, and I had it made." And she was like, "Well, hey, can we work out a deal to use this?" And I said, "Sure, absolutely." So they are debuting at Tiki Oasis a line of apparel, like Hawaii, well, no, I guess call them camp shirts.
Mhm.
Camp shirts, like which.
It's not a camp shirt 'cause it has a pocket on it, but it's.
Oh, it has a pocket. Okay, so basically, people call them Hawaiian shirts, but they're not Hawaiian. They're just they're a short sleeve shirt. With it's called Mary's World is the name of the pattern. They're also doing circle skirts and dresses and all kinds of fun stuff. So come on down and check that out. That's big, exciting news for us because hey, we love Mary Blair. She's awesome artist, and without her, there would be really no small world. I mean, So there you go. It's a small world. Anyway, yeah. So that you can find at the marketplace when you come down on either Saturday or Sunday for the public viewings. But and come by my booth. I'll have some other stuff. I'll have some of the other purses that I make that are some tiki shaped purses and some other painted purses and what's it? Necklaces? No, I don't know. You stop talking about it. I don't know what that means. But what you should do is go over to YouTube. Click that link if you're still on Facebook. If you're still on Facebook, or if you're already on YouTube. Click that like and subscribe button and the notification button because I'm sure we'll be going live from the marketplace. And who knows, maybe if all goes well, maybe I'll wander around and randomly accost some of my artist friends there and and stream them live and show off some of their wares as well.
It happened last year.
Yeah,
And it was fun.
It was.
The parts that we can remember.
The parts that we can remember.
I think the rest
yeah,
of it was
we're
fun.
eating rabbit? Apparently so. That was one of the things. There was last year. The cocktail tasting went so well that like a week later we found videos that we didn't know existed. I mean, dirty-minded people. Nothing like that. No, just there was one of me out dancing on the lawn, and there were some other ones, and it was just it was nutty, and that's the way we like it. Never quite got weird enough for us, but it came close. Alrighty, Boosketeers, you know what? We come to the end of another sweeping episode, sweeping triumphant return of the Cocktales of Tiki King program. And yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for all of your comments. And like I said, if at all possible, if you're anywhere in the area, come on down, come see me this weekend, and like that, and like and subscribe, and hit the notification button. Has I already said that enough? I should say
One more time.
Like and subscribe, and hit the mash the notification button.
Play us out on the ukulele.
Oh, that's not a good opening chord. That a good one? What?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. The show is over.